Hey guys, welcome back to RC Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So, very excited about this one. It's the G Force Genova two-wheel drive off-road buggy. If you haven't seen the build video, please check it out if you're interested. It's absolutely class to build this thing. But today is a body set, and this is a video. I hate when I'm saying that. This is a video I've been looking forward to making. I've been looking forward to getting it done, but obviously I like to get it on video. So we're copying, well, I was going to say exactly, but we'll see how this goes. But we're pretty much going to be copying my friend Bradley's car he's already done. Bradley's in Australia. Big shout out to Bradley if you're watching. Yeah, he did a full Masami RC10 tribute on his Genova. Just looks class. So I've got all the bits to do the same. So that starts with the Tamiya paint, which is PS17 metallic green, top force green, lovely colour. I bought the sorry for the noise, the dye. I could only get it in powder or liquid, doesn't matter, and it's petal pink. Now this is going to be an interesting one. I'll put it down, that noise. Bradley was saying you don't want to leave it in for long because if you leave it in, it doesn't actually matter. It's a much darker pink, still a nice pink, but it's a lot darker. So I think Bradley said he wished he'd have taken them out sooner. So I'll have to see how we do it. I'll probably drop it in, give it a couple of minutes, and then whiz them out, because the Masami car was a very pale pink. It wasn't a deep pink. Not that that matters. Even if it goes a deep pink, it's still going to look amazing. And then we have MCI reproduction decals from the RC10. So it's team associated. So it's two sheets. So we've got obviously the Masami livery, which just looks class. And then there's the kind of main sheet of the team associated decals. And pretty much every one of those is going on. So if you've not seen me talk about this project before, yes, it's not a team associated car, I understand that. I don't have an RC10 in my collection. Maybe one day I'll find one. But if I did have an RC10, it would be 100% box art. So this is a perfect opportunity, because this body shell really does, and it's been designed, and well, Masami's had a massive part in this. So yeah, it's got the looks of an RC10. Anyway, when you see it finished, I think you'll understand why I'm doing it, why I'm copying Bradley's. So let's get into this. So we'll dig the body set out, and we'll start getting it cut out. Right, that's the shell and wing cut out. Needs a little bit of a sanding. I've taken the wing back right down to its lowest, because I like the side fins to be higher. I think that looks cool. Yeah. I thought when I was looking at it there was some like sort of tricky cuts, but it's honestly not. It makes the scissors kind of flow with it, if that makes sense. So what I'll do next, I'll give both the shell and the wing a little sand, and then we're going to have to mask. Now I don't believe you get masking for the windows, but there is some masking in the kit, which is really weird. It's like a rectangle of it, but I'm pretty sure, I'm going to double check it now, but I'm pretty sure it ain't big enough to do those three windows. But anyway, I'll come back when it's sanded and it's masked. Right, I was mistaken. That big chunk of masking tape is pre-cut already for you. Absolutely tastic. Fandabby-dozy. Right, I'm going to warm some PS17 up, and we'll start getting some laser paint on it. I need to... Sorry for that noise. I need to figure out about the wing. The protective film is on the back all the way around, so hence you spray the inside of it, which gives you your shiny wing sides, which is important. But it will have a bit of a matte finish at the top. It's normally sprayed from underneath on a wing, but this has got a huge white decal going across it. So yeah, I think I will just blast it over all on the inside, which will save a ton of time, because I don't have to like cut the backing on the sides and then remask. So I think that's what we're going to do. And then we need to look at dyeing the wheels. Right, I've got the first couple of layers of paint on. I'm spraying in -9 degrees, so as you can imagine, it's no fun. Not sure how it's going to turn out. Anyway, this is the wheel dye, and it's petal pink. Now apparently we don't leave this in for very long, so it's a bit of a suck it and see. But even if we do, it just goes a deeper pink and it still looks fantastic. But we're aiming for a pale pink, if that makes sense. But if it's not the end of the world. Right, let's get cracking with that. Right, that's them dyed, and that was mega interesting. I've dyed quite a few sets of wheels, and it's normally in 5-minute segments. You do it for 5 minutes, you stir it, you bring it out, you check it, you go in, and you anything from 20, 25 to 30 minutes. These have been in 30 seconds. The dye takes instantly. Now, this is all down to what Bradley told me. I wouldn't have known this, but because we're doing a Masami tribute replica, as it were, his pink wheels back in the day were very sort of a mild pink like this, and that is absolutely perfect. Now, the downside of only doing them for 30 seconds is I don't know if it fully covers. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it's a little bit lighter round here, just where the dye hasn't had time to take. But I'm willing to put up with that because they look phenomenal, they really do. And I think I've got the colour pretty much nailed on, if I'm honest. So yeah, interesting, that one. Very interesting. Right, while I'm waiting for the main paint to dry, I'll bang the tyres back on and stick it on the car. Just before I do that, I did tell you earlier on that the tyres were pre-fitted, got foams front and back. Rears have foams, fronts don't. Fronts are just tyres, which doesn't really matter. Anyway, let's bang it on the car. Okay, I'm sorry I'm back, but now the tyres are on. So cool. Really happy with that. Really happy. That's awesome. That's a really pretty colour. I'm noticing as well, sorry there's still water coming out of them. I am noticing that when I'm looking at them in real life here, they're a lot lighter than they look when I'm looking at it on the phone screen. They're quite a bit lighter, to be honest. Right, stick them on the car. Now that, my friends, looks off the chart in my opinion. That is so cool. What a beautiful colour that is. And the more, there's a little mark there. The more I see it, I can see it's slightly. There's a lot actually. When I say it, I was going to say it's a little bit lighter in the middle, but I think the lighting has a lot to play with that. Wow, that's beautiful. That really is. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of that colour. It's funny, you know, because I've only ever dyed Tamiya wheels before, and I believe you can only dye nylon, which is mainly with, well, I've only ever dyed the top 4 star dish wheels. But when I took the tyres off these and I kind of felt the material, I was like, I can't believe they're going to take a dye. So it has got me curious, because I've got some old TRF wheels which I don't believe are nylon. I might be wrong, but yeah, I might give it a go and try dye them and see what happens. I'd like this colour but left in a little bit longer on my TRF 201. That would look pretty epic, but again, as I say, I don't 100% know if the dye will take, but you know, I've got half a pack of pink petal left. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's nothing lost, because obviously I've got it done for this car. That is awesome. Right, not having a good time with the shell. Freezing conditions. It seems to be overspraying in the cold. There's runs. It's not looking too bad from the outside. The wing's not the best, but I'm going to try get another coat on it, and then I'll bring it in and get some heat on it. Right, I'm not going to put any more paint on. I've definitely got some more trimming to do though. Yeah, it's not bad. The shell's pretty good. If you hold it up to the light, it's very blotchy. There's quite a lot of runs on it. It's gone heavy. That was a nightmare. It's actually now -11 here, but nevertheless, once it's on the car, you won't see any of that. It's obviously when the decals are on. So yeah, by far not a great paint job, but it's good enough, and it's going to be a runner as well. I don't know why I say that, because when you say it's going to be a runner, it sounds like you're making an excuse for yourself. It's okay. It's the best I can do in these weather conditions. The wing, however, is a mess. But again, because of the decals that are going on it, I've still got a protective film on. Look at that, that's terrible. But yeah, decals are going to cover this. Look how thick it's gone in there. And it's not like I stayed it, kept a paint can there. That was weird spraying in those conditions today. That's probably the coldest I've ever sprayed in, to be honest. But again, not to worry. And yes, in case you asked, I warmed the paint up, I warmed the body plastics up, I did all that. It's just when you get out there and it's minus whatever, 9, 10, whatever it is, the paint reacts in a different way. Anyway, so I'm going to let that harden. So I'm going to cut some decals out while I'm waiting. Right, so this is the decals. So first two sheets are MCI reproduction. So obviously it's got a team associated on. So there's quite a lot, if not all of those decals we'll pretty much use, apart from the window surrounds, because obviously it's for the RC10. Then there's the Masami livery, which we'll be using the 3 main blocks. Probably use it all actually. But I do think that we'll use some of the kit decals. Just let me raise the camera up. I think we'll use some of the kit decals for the wing, and we'll try and get a lot of sponsorship on the wing sides. I think that'll look really cool. But yeah, I think for now, what I'm going to do is, as I said, the 3 main Masami ones will go on first, followed by the 2 big team associated down the side, and this big one here is for the wing. That's for the roof. I think that's for the roof. I'm pretty sure it is. I think we'll get those on first, and then we'll sort of revisit it. We've got the option of putting some numbers on. It's a shame they haven't got any numbers in white. That would have been cool, but we're all black on this sheet. That might have looked kind of cool to put some numbers on. I don't know. Anyway, as I say, let's we're waiting for this to dry at the moment. Anyway, I've taken the protective film off, so we've got a nice shine to it now. Looks kind of cool. Obviously, just because it's hardening, I've not taken the window masks out yet. Right, let's get cutting. Okay, so this is what I'm starting with. These are just the basics, but although I'm calling them the basics, this is the majority of the shell decals. Not cut any wing decals out now. So the idea is the team associated sort of goes down the side here, and then there, and then this big one on the front, big white one on the roof. Anyway, we'll do it step by step, and I'll come back as it's growing. Just had to jump back on. Oh, it's looking so good. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I did have to trim the bottom of this. This was a lot wider, taking a lot of white off to make it fit. And funny enough, these are slightly different decals to what Bradley actually used. Slightly different colours and slightly different shape. So I've actually got different ones. They're very similar, don't get me wrong, but yeah, not quite the same. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I just thought I'd stop and show you it. Okay, that's pretty much for now anyway, this top bit finished. Obviously got the Masami decal, we've got this RC decal, Yokomo and MIP. Bradley did put a number 1 up here, white box and number 1, but I'm going to do all that. Well, I may do that at the end, I don't know. But now I need to fit the... Oh, there's a big cut out here, I didn't notice that. There's a big reedy that goes down either side, which is a cool decal, and also another Yokomo. Now, let me just dig this one out as well. And there's this one that goes on the roof. Not sure if it's that way around, but yeah, I've just noticed that cut out for, don't know what that's for, because it's not on the other side. I'm just looking at the chassis actually. I'm absolutely no idea what that's for. That's interesting. It's obviously giving you some height for some electrics of some sort, possibly speed controller. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get the next ones on. Right, that's the 2 reedy Yokomo side decals on, and they look absolutely fantastic, but they are different either side, which is really cool. Didn't realise that when I first saw Bradley's pictures, but obviously now I'm copying it, you study it more. So you got the normal reading modified down here. It just looks so good against the green. And then the Yokomo. and then on the other side it's the opposite way around. Reader here, and then you got the Yokomo that wraps around here, and it wraps around rather well as well, which is awesome. So yeah, that's all the sides and the front complete for now. But now I want to have a look at the roof, so I'll come back. Right, so that's the large RC10 roof decal on, obviously folded around. That looks absolutely awesome. That looks so cool. Oh my god, how good does that look? Oh my word, that's class, isn't it? That really is. So that's what, as I said earlier, I'm classing as a basic decals. There could be more to put on if I want to, but I think right now I need to jump onto the wing. Now the wing has this huge one on the main wing. I can't remember. Oh, sorry. So this is towards the back of the wing, and then there's this bit larger reading modified in front of it, at the front of the wing. So that's the main wing. But then I'm going to make up the sides with leftover decals. Now I'm sorry, I'm just looking off camera. There's right, I can't do this on camera, so I'm going to make a mistake. Let's just put the decals on I've just said, and we'll go from there. Oh my goodness, how good does that look? Right, so that's the wing done, and I'm really happy with it. I think it looks awesome. Oops, we've got the big Team Associated Yokomo decal on, read it, and the two red Co-Propos, which I think looks kind of cool, just gives it a little bit of contrast. But the wing size I'm really happy with. So I've not used actually one of the Genova decals, funny enough. These are all the MCI ones, but I think that looks really, really cool. Oh, and on the shell, I just put the I Love KO at the front because it was left over. But yeah, that's what we're left with, and I think that looks off the chart. So I'm going to stick it on the car. Wowzers. If I ain't a top looking RC car, I don't know what is. That is beautiful. I'm blown away. It's the first time I've seen this kind of livery and colours together, the Masami livery. I've never had one before. And that is stunning. That really is stunning. You'll have to leave in the comments what you think. God damn, that's so nice. Wow. Obviously I'm seeing it finished for at the same time you guys and girls are. And that's a little bit special. Wow. Yeah, really like that. It doesn't look to be popping on the phone screen as it does as I'm looking at it. The green's a lot brighter. It looks kind of dull, but on the video I mean. But again, that's just the lighting, isn't it? God damn. What a lovely thing to have in the collection. What an absolutely stunning car to have in the collection. Yeah, wow. I don't think I'd change anything on that. I'm sort of looking, thinking, you know, extra decals somewhere, but no, I think not. I think that's pretty much cock on. And she's done. And it's an incredible looking RC car. Just before I talk about this whole sort of project from start to finish, obviously this wouldn't have been possible without Christopher, if you're watching, him actually sending me this kit to build. It was a complete surprise. He bought one for himself and he bought one for me and just donated it to my collection, which is just off the chart. Because I would not have got this car otherwise. I didn't have any interest in it, to be honest. And that wasn't been a negative thing. It was just like, didn't really see that car in my collection. So yeah, Christopher, if you're watching, a massive thank you. And of course, Bradley, we've had some chats about what you did, and obviously I've copied it. And yeah, I've got to give you credit, because what have I done? I think you said it in a message. I've done a tribute of a tribute car. Absolutely awesome, really is. So thank you, Bradley. yeah, just if you... Now, I've not run this car yet, but if you are on the fence about buying one of these, what I can tell you is the build process is as good as anything I've ever built, if not better. This car goes together so well. The plastics are awesome, the hardware's awesome, and it's just got that old school look, hasn't it? You know, RC10 look, I suppose. Just, it's great. I mean, it's not a vintage buggy by any stretch of imagination, but it's kind of in that design, and it certainly looks, when it's finished in this livery, it kind of does look a little bit vintage, which is kind of cool, really. So yeah, I'm just over the moon with it. Just, again, it's one of those where I've now got a car in my collection that I never realised I wanted, if that makes sense. And that is so cool. This is the morning after from the last segment of the video. I added a couple more decals, mainly because I just wanted it to give the car itself to give a nod to G Force and it being a Genova. So on the Genova decals, I've put these inner wing decals. I hope you can see it. It just says Masami modified, one on either side, which I think looks great. And then just down the side here, I've just put the G Force logo, which again fills that space up nicely. And I just look it. So I've added those 4 decals, but that'll be it. I'm not adding any more. But as I said, yeah, I sort of finished that last segment of video last night, and then this is early morning, as you can no doubt see. And just stuck those. I made my mind up last night. Stick those decals on in the morning, and then make this outro. But when I came in here and I turned the lights on, I was looking at. I was like, because obviously, it's a strange thing. You work on a car all day and you can see it. You know what it looks like, and then you go away and you kind of forget about it. You got that little bit of, what's the word, pride, all that enjoyment you've just had. And the picture of the car is in your head. But when I came in the next morning, turned the lights on, I seen it, I was like, oh wow. So yeah, very cool. Puts a big smile on my face, this car. Unfortunately, it's winter, so we're maybe 4 months away from running it. But it will 100% be one of my first cars to run when the snow clears and the temperature starts rising a little bit, because this will be a lot of fun, and it would be absolutely awesome looking like this to see it running around. And again, I've said it earlier, not heard a bad word about this car, and that includes running them. They're supposed to run really well. So yeah, it's a win-win. So yeah, I'll end this video here. A massive thank you again to everyone I've just mentioned. And yeah, so yeah, it's very early in the morning. So if you are new to this channel, if you could give this video a thumbs up, say hello in the comments, subscribe if you haven't, and if you do all that, just turn all the notifications on for our weekly videos. That'd be awesome. And again, a massive heartfelt thank you to all you regulars who watch my dribble. It's massively appreciated. But I do think this was a better video than normal. We've got something rather special at the end of it. Anyway, my friends, as always, happy RCing.